It's been a long time, and today is the day we're revisiting the whole What If Dragon Ball Characters Were Pokemon series with a part 3. Now, not to worry if you missed the first two, you can catch them in any order you want as they cover a variety of DBZ characters turned into Pokemon. And the brilliant artist who created these amazing designs is none other than thepanio. These are some of his earlier designs, and you can find his links to his more recent art in the pinned comments down below. But with that, it's time to sit back, relax, get cozy, and let's dive right on in with our first Pokemon in today's video. And it's a Pokemon based on the villain turned hero, aka everyone's favorite Namekian. Introducing Pikani, the bug-type guard bug Pokemon based on none other than Piccolo. For this design, we wanted to show off a spunky fighter bug Pokemon, and I think the two put 'em up deuces conveys that perfectly. Another really cool design element is the piece of egg this larva grew out of, which is still attached to its head, almost like Piccolo's own headpiece in the anime. Oh, and its underside is the standard Namekian arm patterns, which you just love to see. And as for this Pokemon's Pokedex entry, it says that Pikoni, though small, have a fierce determination when they set their focus on something. They are also smart enough to hide from predators under huge leaves, while it prepares for an evolution. And just like many other bug-type Pokemon, once this Pokemon reaches a level of 15, it'll evolve into Pikachu, the bug-type protector Pokemon. Now fully encased in silk, this Pokemon's defenses go up tremendously. I love the fact that all you can see are its determined eyes through the peepholes of the cocoon, and it's also said that while being encased in a hard shell, Pikachu meditates silently, preparing for their next stage in this evolution, all while gaining the energy necessary for a dramatic transformation. Something we all know far too well from the anime. However, unlike the anime, trust me, it won't take 40 episodes for this evolution. Instead, once your Pikachu reaches level 22, it'll evolve into a Picomite, the bug psychic type sage Pokemon. Now donning the full Piccolo cowl, it truly embodies the legendary Namekian, with its silk-like cloak attached to its body adding to a layer of defensive elements, and its elegant poised legs suggesting that this Pokemon is quick. All that with the added psychic type means this Picomite can take on tough adversaries with ease. And its Pokedex entry says that Picomite emerges with a wise demeanor and a cape-like wing covering that mystifies onlookers, all while using its psychic powers to predict and thwart attacks, being a true guardian of its territory. However, this isn't the end of the line for this Pokemon. Nope. That's because if you didn't already know, spoiler alert, Piccolo got himself a brand new transformation in Dragon Ball Super. So here's Mega Picomite, the bug fighting type Pokemon. With a massive boost to its stats, it also picks up the new ability Adaptability, which enhances its stat moves tremendously. It's also said that in this Mega form, Picomite's fighting spirit is fully unleashed, donning an orange aura that intimidates the strongest of foes. It becomes incredibly agile for its build, striking with precision and power. Nothing short for everyone's favorite Namekian. But now let's check out Piccolo's favorite son, or the closest thing he's got to one, and that's this cute little guy, Gohani, the fighting type young warrior Pokemon based on none other than Kid Gohan himself, the version of Kid Gohan right before he trained under the tutelage of his master Piccolo. This Pokemon resembles that of a curious weasel, and its colors reflect that of the original attire worn for Kid Gohan right at the start of the Saiyan saga, and its Pokedex entry says that Gohani are playful yet occasionally show bursts of serious power, which is a huge nod to Kid Gohan himself, and can sometimes knock out foes twice their size if they're protecting loved ones. But what about this Pokemon's evolution? Well, at level 30, it'll evolve into Gohans, the fighting type Pokemon based on Teen Gohan. You know, the kid that whooped the planetary threat known as Cell? Yeah. So better believe this Pokemon is no joke. Although you might be wondering why its stats are so low. Well, that's because it's only the second stage. But more on its evolutions, yup. plural in a bit. For now, let's check out its Pokedex. It's said that now with its fur spiked up, it allows Gohance to sense the movements of its foes in anticipation, always allowing it to counter perfectly. It's also known to train tirelessly, preparing for battles that could shape the fate of all Pokemon kind. Man, no stress here or anything. Now, as for the evolutions, this Pokemon has 3 possible branch chain evolutions, which you only get access to based on the move you decide to teach it at level 45. Each Gohance Spectral Strike, and it'll evolve into Futuron, the fighting ghost type cursed fighter Pokemon. Now back to the signature move, it's a physical ghost type move that has a 30% chance to lower the target's defense stat by 1 stage, along with dealing pretty decent damage. This design and move are a reference to future Gohan and how his future shaped out very differently than the other Gohan variants. Along with this evolution, all its previous abilities end up at one destination, and that's Cursed Body, which definitely has something to do with that spectral hand of theirs. It's said that this Pokemon is a fighter who fights for the lost future of its distant past. Being its sole guardian, its ghostly limb is a constant reminder of the sacrifices it needs to make to prevent the darkest futures from ever happening. However, if you teach your Gohance Heroic Charge, it'll evolve into Saiyahance, the fighting bug-type super fighter Pokemon based on none other than the great Saiyaman himself. Now, for this signature move, it's a physical bug-type damaging move that doubles in power if used consecutively, reflecting the great Saiyaman's own relentless pursuit of justice. Well, during the day, of course. It also has its own signature ability being Heroic Aura, which boosts both its attack and special attack in a pinch. It's also said to have donned a helmet as a nod towards its teacher, and leaps into battle with a flare, ready to defend the innocent and preserve justice. I don't know why I say it like that. But what about the final branched evolution? Well, teach your Gohance the move Beastly Fury, and it'll evolve into Go-Beast, the fighting dark-type beast fighter Pokemon, based on Gohan's brand new and insanely powerful beast form. For this signature move, it's a fighting type physical move that increases the user's attack stage by 1 if it's successfully used to knock out an opposing Pokemon. And this evolution's ability is Sheer Force to add to the overwhelmingly destructive nature and power of this Pokemon. It's said that Go-Beast is a legend reborn, its fur symbolizing its raw beastly powers unleashed. It fears nothing and easily meets a challenge, often with no hesitation whatsoever. Definitely one of my favorite evolutions out of the bunch, but I think the question still stands. Which Gohance evolution are you picking? Actually, hold that thought while we cover a character that needs no introduction. I mean, the series is literally centered around their balls. Wait, what? Introducing Shenral, the Dragon Fairy type Eternal Dragon Pokemon, who is actually an Ultra Beast known as UB Desire. This Pokemon is based on the legendary Shenron Dragon of the Mystical Wishing Orbs, and this Pokemon has its own unique ability being Dragon's Majesty, where it boosts Dragon-type moves in a pinch. Now, let's check out the Pokedex entry and see if we can get any clarification on these Wishing Orbs. It's said that Shenral is an Ultra Beast from another dimension, and is said to have the power to grant wishes for those who it deems worthy. Although not much is known to how they do this, it is theorized that their diet, which is very high in Jirachi, has a huge part to play in its magical abilities. So there you have it. Hide your Jirachis when this Pokemon is around and about, or else. Now tell me which Dragon Ball character Pokemon is your favorite. And who knows, if this video gets blessed by the algorithm gods, well then I guess we might just be back for a part 4.